Good morning. So this is a great occasion, and this is one of we have more than 300 students qualified in GATE, and among this, few people are came today because due to continuous holidays. And we'll start because these kind of function is very important to motivate because they are also attended a lot of function. Because by seeing senior only, there you will get some more motivation to study. Because early morning when you wake up from bed, you have to think about IIT or PSU or good job, more secure job, right? For that, these kind of motivation classes are very important rather than attending classes. I can give you number of classes which is similar or which is required, but thing is these kind of motivation will not get again, right? And you can also see some more videos which is loaded in YouTube and previous past videos that will help you to crack GATE exams. So always you will get some IT job, but apart from IT job, what you will get in more reputed job and IIT admission or PSU jobs. PSU jobs are possible if you get ranked like less than 1000 or 1500. That has to be done by yourself. And also, after getting, you people are getting some GATE rank. There are 3 scores there in GATE. GATE score out of 100, GATE score out of 1000, and All India rank. So after receiving your rank, you don't know what you have to do, right? So for that, we arranged the person, and Rakesh is an All India rank of 51, and he studied 6 months only GATE coaching, but you are taking long time, 1 year, 1.5 years GATE coaching. And one more person only 4 months studied, Mr. Keith Vasan, he is studying in NIT. Okay, so followed by some of awardees, they will speak. So first I will request Rakesh to speak few words about cracking GATE exams.
Thanks for the opportunity, Mr. Sir. Thank you. And okay, first of all, if everybody is able to convince why GATE, you will put your efforts to and get to know the ways to crack GATE. So why we need GATE? Can someone tell me why we should crack GATE? I mean, that is a big motivating factor, at least for me. Why GATE?
Higher studies.
Higher studies, yes.
PSU jobs.
Sorry?
More opportunities.
And skill? See, I can get a job as of now. Can't you get it? But how it is useful? Let's say you got a software job, like you got into TCS. What is the average pay there? 3.2? Wipro? I tell you, the 4-pointer is considered to be the least pointer in IIT Madras at least. And he got in 2009 a 6 lakhs package. That's the least package that he got. He got placed in a really reputed company. So the highest was about 14-15 lakhs and it went till 40 lakhs. And I tell you, a guy from IIT Hyderabad and IIT Bombay, with his 2 years experience, his package is about 32 lakhs or something around. It's the same way in TCS, at max he will be earning not even 10% of it. So the hard work and the conceptual understanding in these 2 years, or else in your preparation in GATE is going to enhance your capabilities and obviously the result of work is money, enhances it. Agree? Finally, if you staying in India, GATE is going to help us in multiple ways. Other than the regular software job, this is going to get you into a place where you are highly paid, first of all, which we are looking for, obviously. Even if you want dowry also, you need to come back again. Is it not? I'm just kidding, by the way. Is it not? So, next point. If you want to go out, how many know of TUVs in Germany? TUV? At least IIT in India? Same way, TUV in Germany are the best engineering schools. And Germany is known for education and cheaper than India. We don't need to pay any fee. It's free. It's free education. It's cheaper than India. And TUEs are like just IITs. It's also spread across in Germany and they're best for engineering. STEMs basically. Go for Germany, easy. How many know of NUS? National University of Singapore is ranked around top 10 or else in engineering sector, or else overall 30 to around 30 to 40 in the whole world. I can assure they're equivalent to IITs or IISc or better than IISc. How many? And it's straight away get into NUS if you have a proper gate rank. They accept gate rank, and TUs also accept gate rank in Germany. I tell you, this is really a great opportunity to join there. You don't have to want to go US or somewhere. USA, by the way, it's crazily money sucker. Like it takes about how many lakhs? 20-30 lakhs. Germany is cheaper. And US also kind of bit cheaper compared to US. These universities are really world class. I tell you, world class. I mean really world class. So GATE will help to land in a better university even if you want to go out. First of all, even if you want to stay in India, it lands us in a right place where we can earn, right? I mean, for your credibility, up to our credibility, we can earn till our maximum limit. So, if you know that GATE is going to help us in every aspect, then our effort should start from day one. Accepted. See, this is what GATE is important. Even if you go out or in India, it's going to help us. If I want to die as a TCS employee, yeah, fine. I will get at max 3 lakhs, and by the time of 10 years, I will at max get about 7-8 lakhs, and the career will end by 15 to 20 years. Whatever you want to earn, you earn in this time. This is a reality. Next, if you know I need to prepare for GATE, and if I want to be a ranker, I need to get trained up in a right process way. And we have here in Coimbatore the right technical faculty. I think our director here, we are lucky he is a master's. Right, sir? Master's in power systems, I believe. So he knows what is the intricacy of how to prepare and not challenge you. Rather than an MBA guy, if you have a technical person, he will take care of how giving the right facilities for a student to prepare, because he knows how to prepare and what students face. Agreed? So, which means this environment here is a very conducive environment for preparing it. In Coimbatore, that's what my feeling is, gut feeling. Next comes how to prepare. See, if I want to go for Olympic swimming, I can't be trained up for running, right? I can't be an athlete. First of all, I need to practice for swimming in a right way. Agreed? So GATE also has a right methodology. There is a method. Yes, I need to. First step is this. Second step is this. Third step is this. Similarly, GATE also has a right methodology. The methodology I adopted, and I prepared for 6 months, by the way. And my rank is 51 in EC stream, and I got admitted from you name it, IISc, Bombay. My nearest IIT to my home is about Madras. And you name them. I mean, I got the most reputed IITs. I got all the admits. But what made my 6 months preparation into a rank? What made the other candidates of 1 year preparation a non-ranker? There should be some difference, is it not? If not, how can I be a ranker? Logically. So what is the differentiation between me and others? Which worked for me at least? Which is a proved strategy? For me, I will give you the examples. Okay, the first 6 months, I had a planning. 6 months means 180 days, 6 threes, 180 days. How many subjects roughly? If you round off 10 subjects, 18 days a subject. So in 18 days, I divided into 1:4 or 1:3. 1 hour is for my theory, 3 hours is for my practice. That is a simple strategy I followed, and it worked out in my case. So 1:3 means 1 hour for theory, 3 hours of practice. So I am signifying 3 hours means practice means it is so important. Imagine please, without practice, even if you are conceptually strong, we may not get a rank. I will give you a live example. I have my senior. He got 9 PSU jobs. You name the PSUs, just enough. 9 PSUs, naming it is difficult. He got 9 PSU jobs by the end of his BE. 9. I'm not kidding. You name them, he got it. failed in one thing. Why? He failed in GATE. He failed in GATE means he got about 95% or something, where it doesn't secure it IIT admit. Why he failed in IIT admit, even though he got 9 PSU jobs? 9 PSU jobs will damn sure tell that he is a stuffy candidate. He is a very intelligent guy, technically too. But what made him a non-IITian and others to be an IITian, even though he is technically strong? What could be the reason? You know what he said to me? He is my immediate senior. His practice. He's technically too strong. You go to library, you ask him how many times you have read this book. That's the wrong question to put. Have you read this book? The right question to me is how many times you read this book. That knowledgeable he is. But you know what made him a ranker, a non-ranker? Practice. That's why it signifies that practice is a game changer. If you want to be a ranker, put your efforts on practicing more strategically. So there are proved strategies and plans. So you can take from sir, or else you can approach me. I can give you the plans which work for me. So once if you know how to start or else how to methodologically prepare for GATE, then it's up to you. Your efforts will fructify if you have a right strategy. That's what my experience is.
So some of our students are going for IIT interview.
For sure.
And can you tell about some tips how to crack interview in
Sure,
IIT?
sir.
Because
Sure, sir.
joining IIT, there will be an interview and written exams.
Yes. See, interview is very specific to few IITs and few departments. So when it comes to interview in IIT, it's very basic. It's very core level. They won't touch the high fundus. They will only touch the basics. I will put one example to differentiate between how is the PSU interview and how is an IIT interview. I already discussed in my class. The first interview question to me in ISC is, if I have two diodes back to back connected, will they act as a BJT? This was my first interview question in ISC Bangalore. Will it act? If we can understand this is the basis for understanding what is a BJT working. So his intention is, he's starting with a very basic thing and then he will gradually grow up. If you say my EDC is very interesting, then they will start with MOS capacitor, because that is where the basic starts with. If I say my diodes are my interest, then he will start with what is this, how is the diode basic junctions. If I start with BJT, if I say BJT, then they will start with how is the basic thing, the functionality of a BJT. What is that, makes it a BJT? Just like, if you don't understand this question, how is that back-to-back diode going to form a BJT, then it's useless. They will say, okay, if we can't answer this, they won't go to amplifiers. That's the starting point. Agree? So, IIT's interviews will be pretty much on basic level, very basic. And then if you want to go for PSUs, again an asked question. What is between, by the way, how many EC students and triple E here? Okay, basic question. What's the difference between them? What is the difference between electronics and electrical? By the way, this is from BHL interview. Things look pretty simple, but more of application oriented. More of application. You use your concepts, learned concepts, and use them for an application. I want to find the time period of on time of a pulse. How to find out? So the questions mostly will be of application oriented for PSUs. The questions for interview at IITs will be more of basics. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers how to prepare for IITs. Go with basics, nothing more than that. If you want to go for PSUs, yes, it's one step ahead. You need to know how to use this concept to answer that. So, any other questions to me? I mean, I'm pretty glad to take questions rather than me giving the lecture. Any question in your mind, whether it is silly or tough, anything. Why gate? Basic questions. Any question. It could be from any sphere. Regarding gate, I'm here to help you out and have my. So here to help you out.
Any questions?
Any questions, please? Questions is always good. So you guys are convinced why gate? Sorry.
So that is why we are having lengthy class. Nobody will ask you questions. Okay. Nobody will ask why it is very lengthy class. Because in not some places and all, they will have any doubt, they will stop the class. They have to clear the doubt, then they will start. Then they will go to another point. Okay. So anyway, we can have a Kirtivasan next. So he is studying at NIT. He is going to work some good company, and he was telling about NIT admission procedure.
Anyway, congrats. I just want to add one more point. Just as our sir said, in a class in an IIT will be like a discussion. It won't go further if the student doesn't understand it. He won't leave the prof, and the prof won't leave the student till he understands. It's a mutual. So at least 10 questions in a class is a normal thing, and it's a more of a discussion. So try to put forward, and I'm available even outside. So just please approach me for any simple question, whether the need of gate or else any sphere of question. Okay, I'm here. Thanks.
I'm Kirtivasan, doing my masters in NIT Puducherry, Karaikal. My stream is Computer Science and Engineering, 2014 passed out. Did my GATE coaching here in GATE from Coimbatore. Your MTech admissions for MTech and ME admissions in NITs. So rather than like your IITs for which you have to apply individually, all your 30 NITs plus 3 IIITs, I assume IIIT Allahabad, IIT Kanchipuram also, I think, and one more. 3 of them come under your centralized counseling for MTech, CCMT. So your website is ccmt.in, in which you can apply. It is an online counseling. So those of you who have studied under Anna University and know what a counseling is will have a pretty much idea how it goes. So your CCMT counseling will be like, you will first have to select your preferences. First, it will be like which college you want to study, which department and which specialization will be there. So that initially when you register for that in CCMT, it will be like college, maybe like NIT Trichy, you have some branch like computer science and engineering or computer applications is there, and then in that specialization you can choose. So what CCMT does is like, it is like you want to opt for every NIT, you can opt, or you want only select a set of NITs, you want to opt, you can opt. Thing is like, you first give your preferences. This college seat is available, I want it first. Then second goes for the next choice, I take it up. So I prepare a list such a way that what are the colleges and what are the options I need. I make up a list and then submit it up in CCMT website. And then what happens is like, there are four rounds of counseling. First initial 3 rounds will be like, they will allocate seats for every student and come. So one day they'll tell you the date on which they'll release the results. So if you have been assigned a seat, I think it is Anna University Chennai and IIT Madras for people in Tamil Nadu for us to go and confirm our seats there. Maybe you get anywhere in India, you want to confirm your seats, you can go to one of these 2 places to confirm your seats. Similarly, your counseling will go on like this for the 3 rounds. If you don't want that option, you can cancel that option maybe in the first round, and better other option will be assigned to you in your second round. So after all these 3 rounds of counseling, you still don't like those options. What they'll do is like, they will rule out all your preferences, and all over India where all seats are available, To that, they'll assign you randomly, not randomly, but they'll assign you your seats there. This is the 4 rounds of counseling. Even you're not satisfied in that, or you don't get seat in it, you have an option of spot round admissions. That is, you have to look into those college websites individually how you apply for IITs. Finally, you look into those websites and see how many seats are open there. You can go out there to that college. It is like first come first serve basis. For your spot round admissions, kind information is like you don't look into whether what marks you have or what it is like. Don't think about like I have a very less score, whether I'll get through if I do go for spot admissions. It is not that way. It is first come first serve. You go, and if you have technical knowledge down there, they take you up. Interviews in spot round is rare. They generally is rare. If a lot of people are there, they take up interviews. So this is how your CCMT admissions go on, and IITs individually have to apply. And speaking about in NIT, it is like rather than you go there, you will know the experience. You will experience a difference rather than studying in a normal engineering college. It is like pretty much how it will be like. You get a 0 in a test, you get a 20. Your faculty is not going to tell you anything, or they're not going to treat you differently. It is going to be the same. Your marks don't matter there. Pretty much they expect dignity, all your culture, all that thing matters there. You must be a little disciplined or something, but you can be free in the sense of being who you want or whatever you want to study. You can take up specializations and do. Faculties will be good. You have to develop a good rapport with the faculties. If you have research interests, you must build up good contacts among institutions. And in regard to placements, like our normal engineering colleges, they will not make you sit and do all your training and placement activities or any other training and all they won't give. If you want to get placed and if you have skill, you must build up yourself there. There will be such freedom will be there to build up yourself. There won't be restrictions, but you can do it. And regarding preparation for GATE, it is your will. First of all, if you want to clear the exam or not, you must fix up what is the reason you want to clear it. The main idea behind me taking up GATE and doing it is like 4 years of engineering I'm doing, whether I am worthful for the degree or not. That was my first question of me doing engineering. I clear up papers, that isn't a big thing. So do I qualify this aptitude examination? I took it up. I cracked it. Also, I was interested in doing my masters, so I sorted out opportunities. I got in an NIT, so a new NIT Puducherry. I went inside. And people who opt for new IITs and new NITs, I tell you something. If you look into infrastructure, that is, you want your college to look lavishly good. You want to enjoy there. You want like how to say is like you want to have that filmy effect in your life. So you must go for old NITs and old IITs where your campus is very good. Apart from that, your resource wise, your faculty wise, your placement wise, placement I'll tell you, but these two things, new NIT, old NIT remains the same. Your faculties are going to be like the quality of it all are similar because I have gone to NIT Trichy also to do an internship. So things remain similar, but if you want all those things to be very good, your infrastructure to be very good, you want to roam around, you want much of facilities, you want 4 or 5 canteens around campus, then you must take up old IITs and old NITs. And with regards to placement, the scales differ. So old IITs, in IITs and NITs there is a scale drift, and old NITs and old IITs, old and new colleges, there isn't much of a difference. For us in NIT Puducherry, the scale generally comes up to, for master's degree, 5 to 6, that is the normal scale, moderate scale, and for masters it is like 6 to 8, that is the scale in which companies come. So I am the first batch of master's degree in NIT Puducherry in computer science. That is how you do it, and pretty much that's all. Any other questions? Yes.
What do you mean by sliding, floating and freezing in CCMT?
Sliding,
floating
and freezing. So freezing, what you tell is like your option is okay for you. That is, a college is been assigned for you, a seat is been assigned for you in some department. It is like you are okay with it. Thing is like there is an option. That seat is enough for you. That department specialization is okay for you. You can lock it up. That is one option. Second is like the college is okay for you, but you want to opt between departments or to say between specializations also. You can do it. That is one option. Or third one is like you don't want that college itself. You can switch over and go. I'll tell you for an instance. Computer science and engineering is there, and there is another branch like information technology or computer applications. So you assume you get in NIT Trichy. So college is okay for you. You can lock it up, and then you can you want that seat is okay for you. Computer science and engineering is okay for you with masters in CS. Okay, you can take that, lock it up, confirm your seat. No, you want to tell like I'll search for any other better option inside the college also. You can switch it up. So when I took up CCMT, those. The names you said were not there, but this is pretty much the process how they do it. Any other doubt?
So old NITs or new IITs in placement point of view, which one is better?
To pretty much say frankly, depends upon the placement cell of that college. The effort they put in matters a lot. New IITs are there. I pretty much say you can prefer NITs. That's it.
Some new IITs are good. So, for example, IIT Hyderabad and IIT Gandhinagar. So, in which new IIT itself there will be some grade is there. So, accordingly, you can choose some new IITs. Otherwise, you can go for NITs.
I just want to add one point here. How many know for Google? How many know how the interview for the Google? It's a crime, basically. Crime. I just entered the compartment, first compartment. It starts with grilling on OS. The next one will be on computer organization. Next goes on algorithms. So, if I fail in any of it, I'm just exit out. The last one who passes the last bogey is given an offer with the HR. Or else it's an exit way to be. So it depends on individual. The placement is more of individual. So how good I am, I have a better offer. And institute will give me a place for getting there. If I am from a normal college, it's damn sure that I will end up even in a Google with a 3 to 4 lakhs package. But if I go to an institute like IITs or NITs, it's a platform where I will get an offer for 40 lakhs or 15 lakhs. It depends. So here the platform is there to get into a right place. Even if I don't perform good, going into an IIT is a waste. Got it? So learning is what GATE means.
So better go and visit once then new IIT if you go for interview. Then you can speak to students more and you will get more idea.
Pretty much do that. Talk to the person who are already studying there. That will give you a very good idea. See, adjectives will be that this is very bad, very good, all will be there. But frankly, talk to them. Ask what you seek. If you want good faculty or good resources, what you seek, you ask whether that is there. If it is satisfying for you, take it up. That is pretty much about the new
So
institutions.
still IIT there is a MS program, it's more popular, and still 5,000 All India rank people can apply for this MS program and MEM. Sometimes you will get. But NIT also there is MS program, so sometimes response is very poor. Even NIT Trichy is #1 place, but MS program is not good. So college is good, but some courses are not good in placement point of view. So accordingly, you can better to visit college once, then you can speak to students. That is also you will get more advantage. Okay, then I will call Mr. Siddhik, one of our old students. He is one of our old students and completed MTech in IIT, Civil Engineering Department. And,
Hi, congratulations to everyone cleared it. Now there is a task now. Now so far you have memorized so much formulas and equations and we are sitting here. Now I tell you 2-3 different ways of interviews, okay. Now you will be probably applying for MTech means IIT or IISc, NIT. NIT is different, okay, counseling level, escape. Now in IIT Madras, IT, sorry, I am telling overall IIT, there is MTech and MS courses. Okay. Every interview will be different for MS level and interview will be different for MTech. In IIT, there is an IAC Bangalore, you know. There also, there is ME and MS. Okay. MS interview will be different, ME interview will be different. Direct PhD in IAC is also there. So that interview will be different. So I will come by stage by stage. Okay. So first regarding MTech in IITs, IIT interviews level, for civil engineering specifically I am telling. Mostly whatever formulas you have studied or memorized for your exams till now, it will be asked to derive in your interviews. Okay, how, why that assumption, why so much questions of theoretical based why will be asked in IIT. Okay, so nowhere they will ask you to write the formulas, they will ask why the formula came. Okay, why it has to be, and they will give you practically geotechnical. I will tell you an example. They gave me a type of soil in my hand, they asked me to tell me what is the soil. So far we know only 4 soils, right? Sand, clay, silt and gravel. They gave me one type of soil in my hand, it was blackish. So that is an example called bentonite. You know bentonite? There is one volcanic ash is there. If you are studying, it will come in most of the choose answer for your past GATE question papers. So bentonite is the type of soil which will be, you would have chosen this. That they gave me in my hand and asked me to guess what is the type of soil. If you answer second question, or else they will ask why it is not sand, why it is not silt. So they will hold on for half an hour for the same process. Okay. So your IIT interviews, as it will be different, completely theoretical based it will be. But I am telling about PSUs and CSIR is there, you know, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. We have for our civil department, we can do MTech plus PhD in 3 courses. Okay, SCRC is there, Structural Engineering Research Center. You can apply after this GATE exam, who are qualified with less than 1000 rank or 2000 rank. No, everyone just apply. Who are qualified, they will be called for interview in Delhi. Okay, so for civil engineering, there are 3 courses are there: SCRC, CBRI, and CRRI, Central Building Research Institute and Road Research Institute. So everywhere they will be providing you MTech plus PhD. If you want, you can come out of the course after MTech also, or you can continue. If you are continuing, there is the most stipend all around India. Okay, they are paying 36,000 per month for only doing MTech and PhD. But everywhere in IITs you would have get 12,000, 30,000. Now, last year it was revised. Okay, so if you are applying for that interviews, CSIR oriented interviews, and similarly you people can apply for IIRS, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing. Okay. And one more thing is that these things I have applied. Okay, after clearing it, I have applied everywhere and I went for interview everywhere. And finally, you have in Trivandrum, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology. After our MTech or BTech civil engineering, you can do aerostructures there. When I went for interview, there was only 3 people for the interview. Okay, so that much rarely known courses, this and all. 3 people, 5 people. But you are going to IIT Bombay, and you are assuming that your rank is around 800. Okay. So you are applied for geotechnical in IIT Bombay. You will be called for interview. Sure, you will be called for interview. You go there, there will be 70, 80, 100 people will be sitting for an interview. Do you think they will take 100 people? They will take 2 or 3. You will not even, there will be written exam. Then they will qualify only 10 to 15 people. In that 10 to 15, they will take only 2 or 3. So instead of going as a mass to a single place, and you know that they won't take you, and there are 2 things, one more thing I will tell you based on my experience. When I cleared GATE for first time, I was 3-digit rank, more than 500 rank. Okay, first time. So when I was applying for IIT Bombay Geotechnical, I got, okay, they called me. So I spent up and down, almost 5,000, 10,000 for flight. Then I went there. I am writing, seriously, in the same time I got IIT Kharagpur Infrastructure Development. I didn't attend that. I got IIT Bombay, so I am choosing IIT Bombay. So I am telling that also interview will be at the same time. Okay, IIT Kharagpur will be giving a same interview date. With the next date, you will be called for IIT Roorkee, in between IIT Gandhinagar and IIT Guwahati. Every day, so you have to choose which course you should go. I chose wrongly, I tell you. I went for IIT Bombay Geotechnical. They conducted a written exam. Okay, around 120 people, 200 people were there. Written exam over. And then they put out placed at the evening 4 o'clock. Okay, evening posted people who qualified for interview. They posted 12 people who are all around rank 1, 12, 13, 14, maximum 65. Okay. So everyone started asking, okay, who are these people? You inquire them, it will be 12th rank, 15th rank, 16th. In the meanwhile, if I went for that other courses in IIT Kharagpur or Guwahati, some other different course, I would have got. I missed that opportunity that time. Okay. So don't waste your time based on your rank, you decide what you get. Go to, as sir told, go to the previous IITs before choosing and inspect their rank also. Okay. So how much average rank you are getting. Don't see internet cutoff marks. That is another. Don't believe any cutoff marks what they are releasing. Go there. In IISc Bangalore also there is a cutoff mark they will release for MS and PhD. Okay, don't go nothing based on. Interview will be 3 hours in IISc Bangalore, 2 hours to 3 hours if you want to apply for direct PhD. They will ask from A to Z square, Z cube. Okay. So that interview will be that level. It is not based on cutoff marks or this thing. Okay. So if you want to choose any course, please visit. Okay, this is the course you fixed according to your mark. Visit the course, visit the IIT, speak with the seniors or people who are there at the institute or who is passed out of the institute. Speak with them and tell about their placement, everything. They will give you clear clarity of this is the course, this is the faculties, this is what you will get. You won't dream on coming here. Okay. After 2 years, every hope has been reduced, and then you will settle for some 30,000, 20,000 in and around, and your whatever hope you are having, everything will be gone. Okay. So this is about you have to prepare in the way that 2 types of interviews you are going to face. If you are applying for PSUs and the CSIR and then DMRC, Delhi Metro, this application, they will ask questions based on application oriented. Okay, if beam collapse, what I will do? How much, if I have ISMB 200, 300 beam is there, what I will do? If collapsed, if the crack comes, how much crack width I should allow? Understand? If the building is in half stage of demolition, I want to reconstruct, I don't want to demolish completely, what I should do? Such application oriented questions will be asked in your, wherever you are applying for job profiles. Okay, IITs will be purely asking your theories, whatever your theory you have studied, bending theory, this Terzaki theory, whatever theory you have studied for preparing exams, not only formulas will be asked for your IIT based and IISc based questions. Okay. So, any doubts regarding? Okay, I'll be here around, you can ask me that. Thank you.
Vivek sir.
Good afternoon, dear GATE aspirants. I am Vivek, working as a teacher in the GATE Forum Institute for the past 1 year. And just a short, just be clear with what you want to pursue in your life. And I would give you a simple analogy. There's 1 carrot and 1,000 rabbits. Okay? So 1 carrot is the seat that you're aspiring in IITs or ISC. There are like 1,000 rabbits, and India's population is around 129 crores, out of which 60% are falling under the category of age category below 24. There's a heavy competition, and whether should I face competition or should I pursue what I really want out of my life, that you have to decide. If you have decided that your passion is, there are like thousands of engineering colleges that's booming out in our country, and the question is always the quality of these institutions. And of course, these IIT institutions and IISc institutions are there forever, and you can find some top quality professors over there. So you have to seek an environment where you can flourish. As my previous speakers rightly told, all you're looking for is an environment where you can meet your intellectuals, top quality professors, top quality students over there, and there you get the environment for you to sustain and flourish and seek out your dream. So it's systematically you think what you want to do with your life. What is that? It's a process. It's a learning process. So what I would appreciate in my previous students is that they dedicated their Sundays. So most of the students go to malls, go to meet friends, and my students, they sacrifice their Sundays, I would say. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of serials coming up, and there are a lot of other fascinating things in the world. They just simply put aside all these things. They simply decided Monday to Saturday is my college time. I have to face my regular